Welcome to Schoolfulest Times. This is the 27th, I believe, of August. 26th, correction, of August, Tuesday, 2025. Now I was going to do two videos on what is referred to as the migrant hotels, but for me, I call them the barracks. That's what it is, basically, the barracks. So I'm just going to make this smaller, it's easier for you to read. Is there a migrant hotel near you? Let's say, is there a barracks near you? Let's be real. And for those that want to say, well, no human is illegal, do you agree with that? However, countries do have laws. We are now beginning to realize that only the ones that have citizenship of European countries, United States, Australia, America, New Zealand have to obey them. And if you are one of the tens of millions of people that have been allowed into these countries from Africa, Eurasia, and then different other Asia-Pacific countries, where you won't have to worry about being hungry for the most part. You won't have to worry about being cold or freezing in the winter, or the opposite in the summertime. And you don't have to prove anything. You are free to just toss your proof of identification away. Here in the United States, along the southern border, we have seen video upon video of trash, and not just the clothing that they're changing out of, but also identifications. Literally, people's ID cards, passports that is left in all this rubbish. And this is extremely important, you need to read. Official home policy is not to tell local residents when a nearby hotel or HMO is repurposed for illegal, let's just say this, for invaders. Often, they don't tell the local council. Why? We have a right to know. I'm sorry about hearing the click. If I have to pause it because of outside noise, that is why you hear a beep. It says to enter a postcode or a town name, then click search. You can also get the list, which I'll click on in just a moment. Down here, it states, note, the info provided should not be used for unlawful activity. Totally agree. We do not condone or encourage, and I do not, criminal activity towards the hotel/HMO occupants or workers. Information is provided for lawful reporting and community awareness purposes. And that last part is why I'm doing this. Because if you're so busy with your life, you do not know who's going in and out, and just on the regular. People need to move, and the place goes for sale, or if you're in a rental place, you get new tenants. For the most part, we just go by like it's just nothing. We don't even give it a second thought. The way we have all these people coming in who are completely opposite of who we are. We cannot communicate because language is different. And even if they do speak some of our language, I'm not even going to say English because it's happening throughout Europe and Japan. At least 4 towns in Japan. So there's miscommunication there. And the area is being altered. What was once a clean place becomes trashed. When there used to be peace, there's now conflict. Where it used to be safe to walk alone, you're no longer. This is why it's asinine to not be aware of this. Resources down here. This stuff was not available on my phone. Migrant crime map, that was, but it didn't look like this. This proves what you see on your phone on the internet, on the same exact screen for the internet on a larger, like maybe look like this on a tablet, but it's a laptop. It alternates, it puts things differently. Migrant crime map, click to see the exact spots where unvetted illegal struck with full details, ages, and when they crossed the channel. 7-day arrivals, latest official count of small boat landings this week, up-to-date, zero spin, and accurate transparency data from the United Kingdom Border Force. Channel crossing tracker, All the official home office stats refresh daily at noon. Every crossing count, cost breakdown, peak season graph, origin map, return numbers, and 9 unanswered questions in one page. Now the migrant crime map and the 70 virus was on that screen, and this is on new for the last two, because projected voice channel cancel mobs threaten your job, your reputation, your mortgage. Protection is available for the price of a round of drinks. Speak free with no fear. Nobody should have to fear speaking their mind. We all have that right. Let's go back up to, and down here says contact. If you have information regarding a hotel or HMO being used to accommodate asylum claimants, or if you have a question or concern, please fill the form below. Name, email, message. I accept they may be contacted in response. Send. Your details are protected by GDPR and can't be revealed to anyone. Anonymous submissions are welcome. Here we go. This copyright 25 Migrant Hotels at Night. Oh, it's reserved. Okay, let's go up to the map, shall we? Now here in over here, again, you're gonna hear me having to use the mouse. I'm just gonna click on every single one and scroll in. Okay. Now let's go down here. I think there's 3 down here. Yes, Bangor. Here's the one in Belfast. And towards north. It's Chimney Corner Hotel. Bangor. It's just those right there. I don't know why we can't have Ireland be. I really have to do research on that. Because these folks need to know where they're not in a safe area. And I know it's definitely not occurring not here just because there's a border here that's just human and not geographical. It's not really physically stopping anybody from crossing in any direction. Okay. Scotland. Okay, maybe I won't click on all of them. Here's an actual barracks. I'm just not going to scroll. I'm just going to try to click on all of them. I know like hearing the clicking noise is annoying. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do. I'll scroll in order to make it to where I can click on them individually. Okay, so those are a few there. And then, as you can tell, there are throughout England. Now, it's like, oh, they're all over the place. Well, if you scroll in, they are spread out. I mean, in the bigger towns like Birmingham, obviously, you know, there's a lot there. Other places don't have anything. That's extremely good for those folks, but doesn't mean they can't move there by themselves. They're free to come and go. Even though this is not their country, they're able to go wherever they want, even on military bases. I mean, heck, here in the United States, I can't go on a military base. I need to be invited, or there could be a public event, like an air show. I cannot just walk up and go on to a military base. I'll be arrested. So why are these military-age, fit, healthy men allowed on the bases? There's also, I believe, some could be here. I'll double check with that. I really don't want to report anything unless it can be backed up. Well, Air Force Hinlow. So I just wanted to show you again. Sorry about all that. This is a laptop. I won't be having these issues about a desktop. The mouse pad here is just way too finicky. If there's any of these that you want me to do for yourself, your family, your loved ones, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there's one there. Can you please look it up for me? I'll do it. I'm still planning on doing videos for all of these. I'm just trying to utilize a laptop and not just my cell phone with its limitations. Soundhurst, is that? Yes, military. HMO. Now I'm going to go back up here and refresh the net, the website. I just gotta make it smaller. And then I'm gonna, again, I'm sorry about that. Just to learn how to utilize the list. Here we go, hotel list. I'm just gonna do 2 videos in one. Okay, let's do on the map. There's 275 here. My motel. 2 Blackwell. United Kingdom. I so prefer desktops. The mouse by itself will not be having these issues. What's this? Export, no. That's by A. So I'm just going to move my mouse cursor up here. Hopefully it won't be annoying. I'm just used to the fact that when I did this the first time I was on a cell phone, the screen was smaller and all this was down below. So I was like trying to activate that. So to explain that, so here's all these right here. I'll do it slower, sorry. I mean, you can pause it whenever you want. Guest house. Not when we're seeing that one. I could be incorrect though. Cameron Barracks, former army accommodation. Yes, that was the one I clicked on in Scotland. Former student flats. In fact, this is happening throughout the United Kingdom, Europe, Japan, Canada, United States, Australia, and I think New Zealand. It's no different than having, hey, let's look at the evidence here. People are dying, being murdered. Around the same time, utilizing the same technique. The footprints seem to match, much as a tire tread. Wouldn't that be the MO that it's a serial killer? And hence it's deliberate. Not just one person and another just having an argument and it's an accidental murder. I mean, it wasn't the person killing didn't plan to do so. When they woke up, it was just heat in the moment. So we are being deliberately, and this is more of a fact right now, even though I've known about this for half a decade and not a lot of people have believed me, but now it's beyond obvious and it's harder to hide, that we are deliberately being replaced, we are being invaded, and we're being banned from speaking up about it, banned from even defending ourselves. But if you are one of these, right, no, Wilk, W-Y-K-E, Regas training area in Chickaroo, we should have another homeless student flats. We not about we should have the rights, we do have the right, even just naturally. And it's not a thing that can really be taken away from us. Do self-defense, defense of others. If that person's okay with it, but if they're too young to give consent and they don't understand that they're in danger, then obviously they need to be defended like the 12-year-old. And Dundee, again, ironically, I clicked on it. It's an apartment complex, looks like. Well, Air Force Hinlow. We have the right to defend ourselves. And they have the right to defend themselves against us because amongst the ones that are probably United Nations troops, the ones that are aware that they're here, and that's the oil here, again, because it's happening throughout the world. Not everywhere, obviously, but throughout. That amongst the ones who are aware that they're here to take over, to replace us, there's the infamous Britannia International Hotel, the Canary Wolf, one of my first videos on this topic. There will be legitimate asylum seekers, but they should learn our language, our culture, obey our laws, respect us, and if they commit crimes, be willing to be arrested and be held to account. But laws change. It used to be decades ago here in the United States, a man and woman couldn't marry no matter how much they loved each other if they were of a different race, meaning a black man and a white woman, which is immoral. Two people love each other. There should be nothing or no one that prevents them from being together. Like Larkhill Barracks, the Parkway in Larkhill, another former student flats. More former student flats. Ilford Camp, hopefully not military, but Nipar Barracks, it's in the name. Fulmer Royal Air Force Wethersfield Asylum Center. Another one in Ippen, the Phoenix Hotel. Gated apartment. They don't even have to worry about adding fences to that one. It's in the name. So there's too many of these. Way too many. Military's doing nothing. The police are doing nothing. We're not being protected at all. We have a right to know who's in our area that could be a threat to us. Okay, and that's it. Let's go back up. There's way too many. I'm gonna move this over. Sorry about that. Over here. Let's go down to migrant crime map. So this is my third video that I did last week, so this is a 3-in-1. And again, if there's anybody in your area, you have a right to know, whether it's native or one of these invaders, about, oh, it's updated a minute ago. Total reports 260. We have the right to know who's a threat to us, whether it's someone else, a fellow. I'm just going to go from geographical area west to east. Irish, Welsh, Scottish, or English. We have a right to know who's a threat to us. But definitely if they're here protected by the government, by the police. I mean, what's the point of having the police force if they're not here to defend us? They're here to agitate us, to arrest us for speaking out, for being aware, for not being a mindless sheep that believes everything that they're told, and that these people deserve to be here because NGOs, charities, all three religion of the Abrahamic religions, all cooperating to do this. And the people that are protecting these individuals, whether it's the police officers, the media, the politicians, or the folks, various people, different type of map here. I like it. It's more detailed and color. You're gonna find out the hard way why these people are here. Let's click on one. Gotta be very careful with the mouse here. Oh, okay. 22 years of age. I'm not going to try to pronunciate that correctly. From Iran, arrived in the UK in 2020. And you can see there what he's accused of. Well, look at this one. 34, again from Iran. Arrived in 2013, and the incident it was in 22, and there's articles for you to find out on it. Again, I apologize for the clicking noise. It's a laptop computer, and the software I'm using, unfortunately, will not, I don't know how to get rid of it. So anyhow, here is just all this. Let's click on that one. Wounded with intent. From 2014 from Vietnam. Was not expecting that. I enjoy looking at maps. Don't know why. Just do. Albania from 23. And is a crime. Don't know when this individual arrived. Individuals, actually. There's two there. Vladimir Stratton, Moldova. 21. Arrived. Death by careless driving. So did he kill someone by careless driving, or is this individual dead by careless driving? Not specific. Again, I'm not even going to even try to pronunciate that. 39 from Georgia. Theft. Yes, we do have our natives that do this too. Like I said, we have a right to know who these people are. Just like they have a right to know when we are in their country. So this is here for you to use. This is Scrofulous Times. Please feel free to subscribe. Let's engage each other in respectful civil debate in the comment section. And I really have no idea how anybody could allow this to happen in their towns, in their counties, in their country. How many of the people that are pushing these policies, these mandates and laws, realize that it's intentional and that it is to replace us natives? It's happened throughout history. And we're not allowed to defend ourselves. We're just supposed to shut up, accept the fact that we're struggling and they're not, accept the fact that we're starving or going hungry and they're not, accept the fact that they're remaining healthy, we're getting sicker because we cannot afford to go to the doctor. Over here in the States, you got to pay for it. In the UK, it wants waiting lists, and the person there could not even be speaking English in England. So, what's your thoughts? Thank you for listening, and hopefully you can try to be happy. But if you're in an area where you're one of the few Welsh, Scottish, Irish, English, anybody from Europe here in the United States, Canadian, Australian, it is extremely hard to be happy when you don't know if you got a future and your country is against you as far as the government apparatus that since the cradle we were told is here to defend us, to protect us, to serve us. Be safe and